particular news here in the city of Hawthorne, California, Sweet Science Boxing. You're catching up with undefeated super lightweight prospect Stephanie Simon. She'll be fighting next Saturday at the Commerce Casino, going for her second pro fight. It's a pleasure to meet you, Stephanie. How's everything going?
It's going great. It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Just winding down the last final week, which is always the hardest. You know, got to make weight and everything, but it's been a great camp, and I'm very excited for my second pro fight.
Like I was telling you, I was watching some of your videos on YouTube. You could share some of that boxing background with my YouTube channel audience. I know you've only had one pro fight. You have a military background. You're a great dancer. You play several instruments. What else can the fight fans know about Stephanie Simon?
Yeah, for sure. I started boxing at the United States Naval Academy. I was on the college team there. I was three-time collegiate national champion. Went on and was on Team USA for a few years as well. I won the USA Nationals a handful of times, as well as the National Golden Gloves, and then I won the 2024 Olympic Trials. Unfortunately, didn't make the team due to reasons that are still kind of unknown, but regardless, that's okay. I've moved on from that, and I decided to turn pro this past year. So my first fight was in September of last year. I fought in the undercard of the WC title fight with Alicia Baumgartner, and it was a great event. It was a private event, but it was nonetheless an amazing time with Global Combat Collective promotion. And so, yeah, we're here now, about to have my second fight. Very excited. Going to showcase kind of a different style than the last fight. Last fight I was really trying to have some rhythm and almost dance a little bit in the ring. Not really sitting on punches.
Is that because of your dancing background?
A little bit of the dancing background for sure, but also the trainer I was working with kind of had an old school style, more of like a flick and stick, kind of stay on the outside, not necessarily focusing too much on sitting down on hard shots. So now I'm going to marry the two styles together a little bit more and have a mixture of smooth, kind of rhythmic dancing almost, but also powerful shots.
How was the transition? I was asking you this off camera about choosing your new trainer and not training with Coach John Pullman here in Southern California.
The transition to training with John Pullman has been amazing. Coach and I, we have good chemistry. We also understand each other well. I think the best thing about him is that he doesn't overemphasize conditioning and punching a bunch and just getting tired and getting in shape. He wants to focus more on having the sense of consciousness in the ring while you're fighting and understanding what's happening. He likes to break things down very simplified so that when you get in the ring, your brain is almost on autopilot, if that makes sense. So now I'm able to see things in the ring that I couldn't see before. I'm able to set things up. I'm able to control my opponent or my sparring partner in the ring, which again is crucial, especially for the higher level and echelon of boxing. You got to have almost like a sense of intelligence to actually be a good fighter. So that's really what we're working on, and it's been great.
You sound and look like a very, very good thinker. Do you apply all that while you're fighting?
I do. I didn't always, though, and I think, you know, going back to the transition from coaches, but also from amateurs to pros, as an amateur, you don't really need to think a lot. You just got to throw more punches than your opposition, score points, and win by aggressiveness, coming forward and throwing a lot. Now I get to actually use a little bit more intellect and set up traps and actually use my brain more, which is, I think, is a lot more fun. It's like checkers versus chess. So I'm enjoying it a lot more now. It's actually more of a challenge to be able to do that in the ring.
How do you see the female boxing scene now that you've joined the program?
I see it as being great, and I see it as a blessing that I'm in the weight classes or weight class range of the best female fights right now. So we got Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, part 3 is coming out soon. The news is, but their second fight and first fight I was there for personally, and I've never seen a crowd go as crazy as for those two fights. And honestly, I'm excited because that's at my weight class. You know, they fight at 140, I fight at 140, and then another notable rematch is Michaela Mayer and Sandy Ryan. I'm good friends with Sandy Ryan, and very excited for that fight. That's a fight we all want to see, and they're at 147. So like I said, I'm just blessed to be right in that weight range of, I think, some of the most exciting female fights to date.
Do you think Sandy Ryan's got the edge for the rematch this time around?
I think she does, and I think the only reason why it was even close the last fight were some of the mind games that were played and the paint stuff, which I think people underestimate how much that can affect a fighter, anybody's mental state going into a fight. So I think think this time around it's going to be a different story.
You were saying that you feel comfortable at your weight class. Someone like Michaela Mayer coming up from 130 all the way to 147. Will your weight class be 140?
My weight class will be 140, and I'll look into 147 eventually, but for now I want to establish myself at the weight I'm at now. But I would love to have big fights with those girls in the future very soon. That's the other thing I love about this sport for women is it happens fast. You know, you blink an eye and now you're fighting for a title. I know plenty of women that have fought for a title after 6 fights.
California is probably the headquarters of female boxing. You've had so many female boxers training in the area. You had your Casta Valle, you had this prospect by the name of Roxy Verduzco, you had Perla Saldua, Lupita Medina. Do you enjoy the boxing atmosphere here in Los Angeles?
I do, and I know every single person that you've mentioned, and I've either sparred them or sparred in the same gym as them, and that is why I moved here. You know, before I was here, I was living in Miami for a couple years, and I moved to LA for my professional boxing career because I knew it'd be the best place to actually be at for growth in the sport. And since I've been here, I've sparred Olympians, world champions, former world champions, and it's been an absolute blast of a time. And truly, like, to be in this atmosphere, you level up every time you get in the ring because you know that every time you step in the ring, you're gonna have to fight. You have to fight smart and hard. You can't just go in there and dominate everybody. This is not the place to do that. In LA, you will find someone that's better than you, and that's what I love about working here. They humble you, but they make you better, right? They don't crush you and stomp on you and tell you you're garbage. You know, it's not like that. So I've loved it, and I'm very glad I moved here for that reason.
Stephanie, you're saying that being that you're training now here in LA, you see yourself moving your boxing career at a very fast pace. You give yourself about 5-6 fights, maybe fight for a regional title.
Yeah, 100%. I give myself 5-6 fights, and then we're gonna fight for some kind of title. I truly believe that. There's only 100 women in my weight class in the world, 100, and I've seen people get in the top 5, top 10 very quickly. So I definitely see myself, and with that, with this, I know that I have to be smart in my career, take care of my body, take care of my mental state, and be ready because the time is going to come really fast. It's not something that's going to take 4 years, 5 years, so I have to be ready for it.
Will the road to a world title chance, the opportunity to fight for that title belt, will it be easier if you were to be signed by a promoter? Or do you want to explore being a free agent and sign any boxing card that you wish to?
You know, I wanted to be signed to a promoter very badly in the beginning, but I'm noticing now that in a way it's actually good to be free agent. You can control your career a little bit more, have a little bit more free reign. That being said, you have to be well connected, right? You have to have people that have your back. You have to have a good team to be a free agent. If you're a free agent and you don't have a team, you're a little bit screwed, right? Because you don't have anywhere to go, you don't have any opportunities. So right now I'm in a situation where I have a great team, I have great connections, I've done a great job at networking out here in California to where I believe, and I'm older, right? I'm mature, I'm college educated, I'm 30, I'm not an old lady, but I'm not a child, I'm not a kid, I'm not 21 years old trying to figure my way out by myself. I have a wealth of knowledge and experience in life to be able to get me to where I need to go without necessarily being signed. But we'll see. I'll let life kind of take me where I need to go. Maybe I will get signed.
A couple more questions. Let's focus on your opponent.
For sure.
This young lady has a record of 3-2. Originally from India, she's only fought here in the U.S. How do you see your fight shaping up for next Saturday?
Yeah, so she fought one of my good friends, and I watched some of her tape, and she's aggressive, but she kind of comes forward a little carelessly. So for me, that's great. I like people that are reckless and careless and don't have...
You'll take advantage of
I'll take advantage of that because I'll either close the distance if you're backing up, or I'll give myself enough distance to land clean shots. I'm not going to let smothering or making a fight ugly, I'm not going to let it happen unless I want it to. So if it's in my terms, we'll do that. And I have a wrestling background, but a lot of people don't know that. I started wrestling at 11 years old, so if you clinch with me, it's a big mistake. If you clinch with me, if you get on the inside...
You're just a natural fighter.
I'm a natural fighter, and for many years I thought I would go into MMA, and maybe one day, but for now I'm doing boxing. For now I'm going to take all the things that I've
about the fighting background, Stephanie? Do you think some of these young female boxers, would they be afraid of lacing up the gloves with you and fight you?
I think that women fighters aren't as afraid as people think. I think women almost are the opposite. Like they'll go in, they're not gonna back down. I think that maybe my age or maybe old film might almost encourage people to think that they have a chance. But I'll tell you that I'm not the fighter I was last month. I'm not the fighter I was 2 weeks ago. I'm always improving, and every week, literally every week, I'm getting better and better and better and better. And I'm not at my prime yet. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting smarter. So be careful, whoever's out there who is going to step in the ring. Be very careful, because I'm coming here on a mission, and I'm a United States Marine, and Marines, we don't lose. And we have a crazy mindset, a crazy twitch and switch in our head, where we'll go until we have nothing left. So if you step in the ring with me, good luck, but I can't promise you anything.
I like that attitude. Last thing, Stephanie, why would fight fans wanna see your fight? Why would the fight fans wanna tune in and follow your young career, since you only have one pro fight?
Fight fans want to follow my career and my story and my boxing journey, because it's not just about fighting in the ring, it's about fighting outside of the ring. It's about the overall picture, right? I'm a United States Marine officer. I didn't grow up boxing, I didn't grow up around boxing. I've had to go through a lot of adversity, especially being in a male-dominated field my entire life. You know, as an 11-year-old kid, walked into the wrestling room thinking like it'd be a good time. I was the only female, right? Same thing on the Marine boxing team, same thing on, you know, at this stage in my life now, I've kind of been a lone wolf, but I want to show people that, you know, sometimes you do something scary and it might discourage you, but sometimes when you do something scary, it empowers you and makes you that much more special and unique, because you're not afraid to go after your dreams, even if you might be one of one or one of very few people. So I hope my story, I hope my charisma, my background inspires people to go be the best version of themselves, right? Because I could have stayed and did what I was doing before in life. I could have had a guaranteed, very solid life where everything was planned as an active duty Marine, getting paid a lot more than I am right now at the moment. But I chose not to, and I chose to get out. I chose to take a chance on this boxing career, while the rest of my peers are making 6 figures, 7 figures, doing incredible things, going to to get their masters at Princeton and Harvard. I got friends and people all over the world doing things that are a lot different than what I'm doing right now as a boxer. So like I said, I chose to go this path, and I hope that inspires people to take that chance as well.
There you have it. She couldn't have said it herself. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Second pro career, a lot of inspiration, a lot of determination. She's here to succeed. Do not miss her upcoming fight. Thank you very much, Stephanie.
Thank you.
And I'll keep an eye on your young career.
Thank you so much.